Welcome to Who Put This On, Season 4, Episode 50, where we watch Yummy Mummies, Season 1, Episode 5. I'm Chris Lorenz.
This is Brian.
Robert Titz, and we have a returning special guest.
Emmy.
Also, Annabeth.
I'm Harrison Hoffman.
Noah Singer.
And I'm Max Garita.
Max Garita?
Yeah.
On the Gold Coast?
No, the mom's name is Margarita. Like a pizza.
Oh. Went right over my head.
Were we watching the same show, Chris?
No.
We'll talk about it. Harrison, give me the show description.
It's drama down under when expectant mothers with model good looks and lavish lifestyles pull out all the stops to prepare for their new arrivals. That's Yummy Mummies on Netflix.
So here's my main issue with the show. They're not mothers yet. Why are they called Yummy Mummies?
Some of them are, though. Like, I believe Marty has one baby.
I'm kidding. That's not my main issue with the show. I have 100 issues with the show.
Fine, whatever.
Yeah,
That's why you get bumped too.
I'll give you. So this show follows 4 rich people as they are pregnant, and the ins and outs of pregnancy between the 4 of them. Is that correct, Emmy?
Yeah, and then they have their babies, and then it's motherhood.
I have a question.
There's more than one season of this, right?
Yes.
Go ahead, Annabeth.
Did these women know each other before the show, or did the show put them together to be Yummy Mummies?
Rachel, Jane, and Lorinska were all friends. And then they had the Instagram Yummy Mummies, like Melbourne Yum Mums or whatever.
Okay.
And then this Maria girl saw it and was like, oh, I want to have the Adelaide Yum Mum. So then she, invited them to hang out and,
Okay.
drama has ensued.
Are there 4 main Yummy Mummies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go over what happens in this episode so we can get into some more of the minutiae around. So Maria is the first Yummy Mummy we meet, and she is in a hospital in the Gold Coast on her baby moon, which we eventually find out was a false alarm, which we can get into. Then we get to the main storyline of the episode, which is Lorinska's baby shower. And all of the 3 of the 4 Yummy Mummies showing up at said baby shower, and all of the interesting things that happened there. And we find out that Rachel, the other Yummy Mummy on the show, had her baby. And, yeah, that was it. That was the show.
Nothing else went on.
I mean, at a grand scheme of things, nothing happened, to be clear.
There was a baby one, Chris.
I said they had a baby.
Jane got a Land Rover.
A Range Rover!
Yeah.
Range Rover.
Push through! Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys know Land Rover makes Range Rover, right?
Yeah. Why was it push 2?
Because of
push.
Vicky.
They have push 1 as their push baby, as their push present.
Do they have a car with the license plate push 1?
I don't remember when her first push present was. I'm sure they talked about it at some point. Push presents are a very big theme of this show.
I have never heard of this before. Is this a thing?
Yeah, for some people, again.
It seems very, I don't know, oddly transactional. Hey, thanks for sacrificing your body for 9 months. Here's a Range Rover.
I mean, I think that sounds pretty sweet, personally.
I agree. It's so odd to me.
Transactional.
I'd rather you spend the money on that Range Rover for the kid than on, the mother at that point.
Seems like they got some money to throw.
I'm also curious how a hairdresser has Range Rover.
I think
That's the real question.
Fancy hairdresser. It was kind of...
It's called debt, Max. Get with
It's fancy.
So he's like a hairdresser to the stars
Yeah.
and charges lots of money.
Yeah.
So I have the first thing I got to bring up for this whole show is the three. Maria and her mom Margarita are such a bitch that I really can't watch the show. They're such assholes.
It's
Like I can't stand them.
They do not return for season 2. Spoiler.
Oh.
Thankfully, like I can't imagine. Like, so in this episode, they go to this baby shower, and Margarita, the mom, orders like this singing telegram that's just all about how the main mom didn't like get her present for her daughter, and I'm like, I would have thrown them out. I would have finished that song. There'd be no way that song was finished.
She would have been thrown out before that singing telegram even happened. She was being sober the entire time. Like, they rolled up, and she's like, I don't like that champagne you got. That's not fancy enough champagne. And, like, they basically just go around just criticizing every single thing that they have at this baby shower, complain the entire time, and bring it up, oh, yeah, can't believe you didn't get that gift for, Maria or whatever. Yeah, they're the worst people ever.
And then there's
Shade.
right next to the woman who's going to have the baby, which seemed really weird because they don't seem like they're friends.
Yeah.
I think that was like reality show hijinks.
Like, was this her actual baby shower, or was this like a fake reality show baby shower, and she actually had like a good one with her friends?
I don't know.
It seemed like from her Instagram it was her real baby shower.
Real one. I can't believe that she was forced to sit next to these fucking people for her baby shower. It's terrible.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the like cattiness comes from their like confessionals. Like, there's definitely some cattiness in real life. I get you, but a lot of like the really obscene and annoying stuff, like really bitchy stuff, was in their confessionals.
I mean, that stuff is definitely over the top.
Like, there's no way you could watch the show afterwards and be friends, like, have any talk between the two of them. There's just no way.
I think that this was also the most aggressive episode.
Like, it's just, this relationship should not exist.
Yeah.
Well, we watched episode 5 because Emmy has seen the whole series, and Courtney, who's also been on the podcast before, has seen the series, and we asked them for recommendation. They said the baby shower is pretty nuts. That might be a good one to watch. So that's why I watched episode 5. And the baby shower was pretty nuts. It held up to expectations.
Like, that entire scene, like, my mouth was just hanging open for that entire scene. It just, like, the rudeness and how horrible these people were being, like, is so mean. It's terrible.
That's pretty awesome.
So I think it was a missed opportunity because this singing telegram woman comes in, she's supposed to look like Rishka, whose baby shower it is, as part of the bit.
She does not look like her.
But like, you could tell what they were going for.
Sure.
I really wanted the confessional with her at the end.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yes.
You know what you were getting into. What were your thoughts when you had like, this is going terribly, and now I gotta sing this song? That I really wanted to get more insights into what that poor woman was thinking.
I want to know how they hired someone to like mock a woman on her like baby shower, like so brutally. Like, how much you get paid for that? Like, how bad do you feel for doing that? Like, she literally gives her like an award to be a supporting actress to like another person. It was so weird.
It was insane.
I mean, I can't believe that they found somebody to do it. On the other hand, I appreciate the professionalism. She was all in on this bit, even though it was the worst possible thing that she could be doing.
Money talks.
Oh, yeah.
They're all Versace money.
Get into the brand, Emmy.
We have to explain this whole Versace connection, and Emmy, you're going to have to explain if this is something that extends beyond this episode, but Marie, and I can't remember her mom's name.
Margarita.
Are seemingly like obsessed with Versace, so they're saying it's some kind of Versace hotel for this baby moon. Emmy, you have any context on this?
Oh yeah, like everything in her house is Versace. Like when you first meet Maria, they're like, and the pillows are Versace, and the this thing in the entryway is Versace, and all the
That's
clothes
insane.
and all the baby clothes are all designer. Some are Versace. He was like, I'm not gonna have my baby wear anything that isn't like Versace or Burberry. And her push present is $15,000 worth of Versace and a $7,000 money bouquet
Like just a literal bouquet of bills.
because she likes money.
Hundreds?
Flowers. She likes money.
Where? What? How are they getting this?
Simple gal.
Can you explain this to us, Emmy? Where is she getting this money from?
So this is slightly confusing. I forget what her husband does, but it's not much. Her parents are really wealthy. Yeah.
Did
They
anybody
just like hopped on a. So like they hopped on a plane when they heard that she had her water broke, and were there like the next day.
They were there like a couple hours later.
Was it hours later?
Yeah.
So here's one thing we should explain about this whole situation. So she is very, very close to having this baby, and has seemingly timed this baby moon to be like potentially too close to her due date. So she goes on this trip and thinks that her water breaks, goes to the hospital, and they're just like, well, your water didn't actually break, so you're not going into labor right now, but you shouldn't be flying or whatever. She is not in her hometown or wherever she's living, and they're telling her not to fly. That's like how this thing starts. And then this whole thing with this other person's baby shower comes up, and they fly to somewhere else that is not their home. Like, while she's had been told not to fly and could have this baby on the plane, they fly somewhere else that is not their home to attend to their baby shower. Like, if you're going to fly anywhere, it has to be to the place where you're supposed to have the baby. Like, now they're going to have to take another flight. I'm not sure if they're going directly home or if they're going back to the Versace palace. But, like, yeah, it's very risky, seemingly.
Well, they said that her due date was in 3 weeks from the baby shower, so like that's real close.
Yeah, you're
You
definitely.
definitely have a baby at any point at that.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, so there's another show we watched that we go to the Gold Coast. Harrison, do you know what that show is?
Can you say that again?
I might know.
We watched another show where we went to the Gold Coast. Harrison, do you know what that show is?
I definitely don't remember that.
Noah, do you know what that show is?
I forgot the title, but it was the Airbnb show.
Oh.
It was the Airbnb show.
Yeah. Anyone remember the name?
Rob, what's the name?
Instant Hotel.
That's it.
I was about to say Four in the Bed.
You never did fart in bed, man.
Good job, Rob.
You forgot to mention, Harrison, that she has a Burberry baby bag that is very important to her, and she's away from it.
The name dropping is so good.
She's all about the name dropping.
Like, so this is the thing, like, she talks about how it's a problem if she has the baby in the Gold Coast and not in her hometown because she's missing, like, things normal people would say they're missing, like, it's not my doctor and it's not my, And then she goes, I don't have my Burberry baby bag. So that was pretty funny. And then they replayed the clip later in the episode. New, and it totally, like, ruined it for me. It's like, I already heard about the Burberry baby bag. Don't
Gotta recap.
Are you jealous, Rob? Do you need the Burberry baby bag?
do we need a Burberry baby bag? No.
Push button.
Can I go real deep on some minutia about this part?
Sure.
So when she's in the hospital, she keeps talking about her yet to be born baby. She's like, "Oh, baby Victoria's coming."
Valentina.
Whatever. Is it weird to anybody else referring to your unborn baby by name? I feel like you sort of hold off on that until they're born. Right?
Well, what's the weird part? Is it that you've already decided on the name?
No, it's calling it.
Buying something that's not fully baked.
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. Am I the only one who this strikes as weird?
I feel like it was weird to us, so we didn't do it. But I'd say most people I know who've been pregnant have called their baby by their name before they're born.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Maybe it is the following. If she just called it Valentina, she said the baby. Fine. Baby Valentina? That's very odd.
But then
No, the baby is a title.
How do you know what they're talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
Context.
Lily still calls Mel Baby Mel.
Well,
I think instead of Instagram, though.
I have a cousin, Max. He's like 7-8 years younger than me. No, he's 13 years younger. He used to be Lil Max and I was Big Max. He got tired of being Lil Max, so now he's Big Max and I'm Big Max.
Sounds like a big wild situation.
I hope that was a fun anecdote.
That was fun.
All right, so now we got to talk about the other real bitchy person in the show, Larinska. So she's the one that's throwing this baby shower, and it must be like she thinks it's the biggest deal ever. Emmy, did you think your baby shower was like a huge deal when you had yours?
No, I don't think so. I was basically just like, I hope everybody gets together and nobody kills each other. That's all.
That's yeah, I guess that's some good goals there. But like, this person's like, everything has to be perfect. No one can upstage me. It's my day. It's like it's her wedding.
Yeah.
She was wearing a crown.
Yeah, we talked about there was a whole fashion segment of this show where she meets with her stylist to pick out the right outfit and the crown and the shoes and the handbag.
And talk about boobs.
The best stylist. Come on.
Natasha.
It's the best one.
I was surprised the stylist was also pregnant.
Dude, everyone's pregnant in Australia.
Everybody must be pregnant.
The best stylist is always pregnant. So you can't be the best stylist unless you're pregnant.
Clearly, you gotta have that strong empathy game.
Well, I mean,
Actually, yeah, no, maybe it's an empathy pregnancy or whatever it's called.
I do feel like what you wear to your baby shower is probably, like, if you have to care about something, that's probably the thing you're going to care about the most.
How many crowns did you go through before picking the right one to make for your baby
One
shower?
was made for me.
Whoa, nice.
I have a couple things around this whole like fashion segment. She doesn't try any of these clothes on that we see. I can only imagine she actually tried these on at some other time. But it was really weird that they were like, these other dresses? No. I showed you those, but this is your dress, and this is what you're going to wear. Now get out of here. That does not seem like a normal reality show, dress try-on situation at all. And then this dress, when she actually puts it on, she's got her, like, nipples right in the middle. Like, what's going on here? That's not the normal outfit attire I'd really want.
You're not wrong, Chris.
Baby shower.
You know what it is? They're growing so quick she doesn't have the right bra that day.
Certain dominance.
To wear the right bra with that dress. And your nipples do get more prominent when you're pregnant, so it's just maybe a bad combination. And
Yeah,
maybe like some people like to show their nipples. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd probably find that out, Emmy, if you tried it on.
True. Maybe she's into it.
And then they had a nice conversation about how her knockers got so big. And then she was asking the best stylist, do they get bigger? And she's like, yes. 4 days after the baby is born. I was like,
So
okay,
specific.
this is where the show is going? Not expected.
What was that word you used again, Chris?
Knockers.
Knockers.
They use that in the show.
No, I know. Just it's a nice little throwback. Knockers.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking.
There are some other episodes that are more graphic into things, and it's actually very funny because their minds are blown that, all these normal things that happen when you're having a baby. It's very good.
I can imagine.
Everybody should watch the whole season because it's great.
I don't think you picked a good episode for us to watch for us to do it.
Hey, this was also Courtney's suggestion, okay?
Was anyone else getting any Carol Baskin vibes when they were talking about these crowns on their heads?
Not really. I just like the crown. That I was still kind of into the show when this was happening. Like, oh, she's pregnant. She's throwing this baby shower. But then as soon as you get Maria in the show, I'm just like more Maria in the show. I'm like, the people in the show are just a disaster. And I hate them.
Yeah.
I definitely said I hate these people multiple times while watching this show.
I definitely think they have their shit together. They're just not good people. Like,
I am interested in where all the husbands are, or the men. Because in this episode we get nothing of the men.
That's not true.
You see that?
We get Jean's husband.
Right, we get one man.
No. We also saw Maria's husband at the hospital.
Yeah, Carlo.
And her dad, who looks exactly like her husband.
No, Carlos is probably one of the better characters. I mean, he just does whatever the hell she says. But, he cooks all of her food for her, which is a little absurd. He just, constantly is cooking and prepping things for her. His job is to take care of her constantly.
How does he afford that Versace?
We already talked about it.
I know.
Parents do.
But then, for the most part, the rest of the men are just there to, pay for stuff and annoy the women. Except for Jane's husband.
it's all about the women, keeping with the theme of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is another thing. I can't imagine out of Maria and Lorinska that they're going to be good mothers. They seem very selfish. I don't know if they can put themselves aside to focus on these kids they're bringing into the world.
Chris,
Especially Maria.
That's the magic of motherhood.
Here's what's going to happen. They're going to shift over to competing about their kids. It's like, oh yeah, my kid, they're
That
already
doesn't
doing
mean
X.
they're mother, Brian.
I think that they're going to raise them okay, but there's still going to be some pettiness and some bullshit there.
I do have to say, as somebody who Instagram follows all of these people, that Maria actually seems like a kind of nice person now.
That's
Which
weird.
is mind-blowing, because I was like, I'm not going to follow her because she seems like a psychopath. But, she seems pretty okay. And her daughter is adorable and seems reasonably well-rounded.
What about Margarita? Do you follow Margarita?
No, I don't.
Gotta get on that Margarita.
Yeah, Maria seems very much a go-getter. I'm impressed that she is the Adelaide Yummy Mummy, and all the others are in Melbourne, which is wild. That she just is holding down the whole city.
Yeah.
Is Maria still on Adelaide Yummy Mummy on Instagram?
I don't. No, I think she's just Maria, something. But her mom.
Maria is Adelaide Yum Mum.
Is she?
Yeah, her mom is Margarita Yummy non-official.
No, Maria is her first and last name.
Oh,
She's Maria.
so there's two accounts.
No, her name's Maria De Geronimo.
Yeah.
Is this a live internet corner?
No, I looked it up earlier.
Yeah, so Maria has her own account, which is the real one. I was on the fake Instagram, which is Adelaide Yum Mum, which still has 230,000 followers. So I got tricked. Maria's account has 500,000. So
She reminds me of the West Side Story.
So Emmy, the Yummy Mummies Instagram account predate the show. Was it already a thing when they made a show about the people that found that account? Or was it tied into the show?
I believe that's what they talked about the first episode.
Okay.
That they're their own little thing.
that's cool.
And
So-
then,
One last thing I have on my list to talk about. So we're going to talk about the fourth Yummy Mummy that is not on the show. Miss Rachel. So, Rachel's supposed to be at this baby shower, but her due date was the day of the baby shower. So they get this call, quote unquote, from Rachel saying, with her baby. What? And she said, oh, the baby came yesterday. I just It didn't tell you? Like, what is this world where you just, like, don't tell your friends in this TV show you're on that you had this kid yesterday?
Because other things going on at that point.
Kid.
Exactly.
I mean, I do have to say, how quickly did you tell all our friends?
Like within a couple hours.
Yeah.
So, like, it just pulls into question how much friends they really are.
I mean, it might be a fake phone call. Like, they might have gotten a text earlier or whatever, and they were like, okay, for this TV show, we're going to give you a call during the baby shower.
Could have been.
Yeah, that's true.
It's reasonable, too, to, like, not tell them right away if you're busy having a baby.
It seems weird to me.
I got to see a thing, though, where, like, she said she had a CISA, which I guess is Australian cesarean. And so it's kind of thing where it's like, is the husband going to be the one to text all his friends about it? And if he's not the kind of person who, like, has their numbers and stuff, then I could see she wouldn't be in a good position to let them know the same day. That's the thing, is like, you weren't telling many people the day I was the communicator. So
That is true.
I did like that it was, I had a CISA.
An emergency Caesar.
Yeah.
The other Australian word that I thought was really funny was a loggy.
What's a laggy, Chris?
You mean a logie?
A logie, sorry.
That's an actual television award.
It's probably called like the Logans or something.
No, I just searched it. It was just like,
oh yeah, it's called a logie.
Yeah, and now I'm wondering if like that was an actual like trophy. Like they went to a pawn shop and got like the real thing. That would be totally online for them.
I don't think
That's
it's
the money.
logie. I think it's a replica.
That's why it's not a real logie. So it's just another award for a trophy.
No, but like I mean, the actual reward is like the Logie Award.
Yeah, it's
like
like an Emmy or an Oscar.
I would
Yeah.
come in and give you a fake Emmy, like Best Supporting Actress Emmy.
I mean, like I don't think you're allowed to sell those to begin with. So I'm wondering if like you're actually allowed to sell them in Australia, like those awards. So like if you could
Wait,
get
you're
one,
not
that'd be
allowed to
great.
sell an Emmy?
It's probably not a real one.
Probably
Margarita
not.
paid like $12 for it.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind then. It's that.
Pawn shops. There's too many of them.
It was thrown on the floor.
I'm thinking I should get a Chris lookalike to send Chris an Emmy for best podcast host.
Oh,
I'm in. Can we videotape it? We got a Facebook live stream.
Oh yeah, and then they'll sing. A song about it.
another Australianism is they call baby chickens not chicks but chooks. I was like, that sounds weird. I turned on closed caption. It was CHOOKS. Very odd.
Whoa.
Sounds sexist.
It does sound sexist or racist.
I mean, that's all the kind of minutia I have on this. Anyone else got anything they really want to talk about? Maybe we get some overall thoughts from Emmy on like the whole show.
Like a whole season so far?
Yeah, how many? Give us the rundown. How many seasons are there? Are they all on Netflix?
I think there's 2 seasons on Netflix. There is a 3rd season in Australia, but it's not on Netflix yet. So they'll have their babies by the end of the season. And then, I don't know, it's just like really funny because it's like so the opposite of me and the other moms I know, but it's really funny because they're all like, what did you spend at Target the other day? You found that in the bargain section. Good job. And they're like, you got a Rolex? I got a Range Rover. You know, things like that. We're just like, can't even imagine this. So it's just really funny to me.
Are you like living vicariously through these women? Like, oh, she got a Range Rover. Oh, she's got a Burberry bag.
Not really.
You do want to push present.
I do want a push present though, but somebody told me that the baby was the push present.
Someone maybe or maybe not on this podcast. Who knows?
Can I ask how common?
Guilty, it was me.
Can I ask how common a baby moon is? Because I haven't really heard of people doing baby moons. Like, is this a thing people have heard of?
We went on a
That's how I heard it. So
Yeah, I think it sounds totally reasonable. In fact, like maybe the baby moon is the most present.
but like earlier.
Idea of the baby moon.
It's
I
really
like it, yeah.
you have to go early enough though, like is the thing. Like we went pretty early.
You're in the second trimester.
Yeah. Like before you can like
You go after you're not feeling terrible in the first trimester.
Yeah.
But before things really start to get intense.
well and uncomfortable. Like you don't want to be on a plane really when you get to a certain point.
I mean, Marie was on all kinds of things.
but when you're in first class or flying private,
But like your legs swell, your feet swell, like it's so uncomfortable to fly. Like there's so many reasons it's so uncomfortable to fly when you're pregnant.
To answer Annabeth's question, so the idea is you have one last ride where it's just the two of you before you go to a new stage in your life. But the funny thing with the baby moon is you go to some tropical place, and then only one of you can do any drinking. So
And the other one of you throws up on a helicopter. So
well, maybe you should go to like some more adventures.
you can't do anything when you're pregnant.
I don't know. You go.
Roller coaster.
That sounds bad.
we did go on a little hike, and
A little hike. We were like freaking in the woods for like hours.
by normal standards, it wouldn't have been that bad. Given your situation, it was probably not the wisest choice.
We scaled mountains in no water for hours.
Mel's first hike. Baby Mel's first hike.
I thought I was gonna go into labor. I thought I was in labor. It was terrible.
Did it break your waters?
No, I just
One of the two waters.
Yeah, talk about that. Can we talk about that?
The water from the backside.
Sure, and you have all the details you want on this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what details I want here, but like basically, so later at the baby shower, she's giving some details about some more details about the doctor visit that I guess we didn't see, and she said that the doctor told her that she has two waters, a front water and a back water, and that her back water broke. That just means that it's not time to have the baby yet. Then the other person just interpreted as that their backwater breaking just meant that she pissed herself. So I'm not really sure exactly what happened.
so.
I don't know why they thought that. I think this is pooping yourself.
Well,
Let me explain it.
there is no such thing as a front water and a back water. It's not a thing. Your water breaks or your water doesn't break. It's just
So, what is your theory?
No,
really she 100% did. It's also funny, when you're getting towards the end of your pregnancy, they give you all this stuff that they're like, if you think your water broke, you might have just peed yourself. So, really see if, your contractions can come up, and if they didn't, then you just peed yourself. I'm sorry.
yeah, when the nurse told them the water didn't break, that was the clear sign that they had to make up the story.
Yeah.
Something the front water, back water thing, it wasn't Maria, it was Margarita, I think, telling the
Yeah.
story. So, Margarita didn't talk to any doctors. So, the doctors told Maria something. Maria told Margarita something. Now, Margarita is telling. So, the story is evolving as it goes along.
It seemed like Margarita talked with authority on multiple occasions about what the doctors said, and it's the doctor said it was fine to fly. The doctors said that it was your backwater that broke or whatever. And I was trying to figure out if they just didn't show us a scene where she talked to those doctors, but I don't think she ever did.
Margarita also kind of misrepresented why she was at the baby moon at first, and really confused the other women because they were like, yeah, we were all just at the baby moon together, and the women were like, you were there with your mother? She wanted to be in the same room as you? And many minutes later, they're like, oh, there was some kind of hospital kind of mishap with the backwater.
It was very odd.
Yeah, no. Very close.
I do remember with this show, like there's this Instagram account, and then like very quickly, clearly there's a reality show because they're still pregnant within that time period, and these people have a lot of money. Do we potentially have a 1-800 Ask Gary situation on our hands? Did some of these people bankroll this TV show for themselves? Like, is Margarita the financing behind this whole show? Like, it's possible.
I like this.
But then why would Margarita get kicked off the show?
Yeah.
Not Margarita. We've established
Maria.
They've chosen. There is another woman that comes in for season 2, who is one of their good friends. Like she's in their like actual group, not a friend of me, and she is a woman.
So is this new friend pregnant or just had a kid? Like
Pregnant.
she's not in season 1.
She's pregnant.
She's pregnant in season 2.
Yeah.
Did she get pregnant to be on the show?
I don't know.
Does everyone get pregnant again for season 2, or are some people pregnant, or they're mostly raising their kids, or like?
There's some raising their kids, but I believe all of them might get pregnant again.
What?
Like at the same time?
Yeah. Or around the same time. Like I know somebody announces their pregnancy while the other ones are like pretty pregnant.
That's
Max, when this is your brand, you always got to be pregnant.
no, like 16 and pregnant. They're not even popping out a second one for at least a few years.
Yes.
For this show, did these women make a pregnancy pact, like to get pregnant together at the same time, like, and then the show begins, or like did they all like how did this happen?
It's really
Party.
I don't know. I feel like we might talk about this in the first episode. I don't remember.
like, guys. I love all of you. I will never make a pact to have sex on the same night as you. That's really weird to
It
me.
doesn't have to be the same night. You can do it in the same month.
It's not like it's the same room. Like, you could do
No,
it.
but what if it is?
Could be.
So Brian and Chris have sex on the same day.
I am not going to try to plan an orgy.
No one knows whose baby's whose.
Yummy Mummies extreme.
All right. Anyone got any more questions for Emmy in terms of future episodes or seasons?
It's just really good, guys.
Which was better, season 1 or season 2?
I think season 1 was better, but Courtney definitively texted me. Season 1 is so much better.
Wow.
Oh, do we have Courtney's rating? I guess we kind of know what Courtney's rating is.
I mean, me, Courtney, and Sam all like binged it like within a week, probably.
A week? I thought you were going to say a day.
No, we have children to take care of. Like
Puppies.
You got daddies?
they do things. They abandon us all the time. These children. We don't have nannies to come and take care of them, so we can sit on the couch and eat bonbons and watch Yummy Mummies.
Emmy, do you want to start an Instagram Ballard Yum Mum?
I think they'd be like, "Who is this woman who constantly looks like a train wreck?"
Yeah, it's definitely a different level of yum mom, I think.
I'm
All right,
not.
are you ready for ratings?
Oh, I'm very ready.
All right, Max, give it to me then.
Eddie, I'm sorry. It's going to be a bottom third, but a top of the bottom, just for shock factor. The cringe moment was incredible.
Ryan, what do you got for me?
I was trying to remember what I rated like the Bush family one because I want to rate it a step above that, simply because the burning is amazing, and I don't think that like anything was like malicious. I think it was a lot of like drummed up like reality TV burning.
Brian,
I
I'm
think, like-
pulling up your ratings.
Yeah, like honestly, I just don't think that like it was like the burning was funny, and I don't think that it was real. I think that they're all good friends, and like they drummed the thing about like, oh, they had Sam at the fucking baby party. Like nobody's really gonna bring fish to that. Like people know.
Your James rating wasn't wrong.
Oh, okay, so 2.
You got a lot of room there.
It's one above it. I said one above it.
So you're gonna go middle of the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with bottom third. These people are awful. I don't care. So it's bottom third. Annabeth, what do you got?
I'm gonna say middle because I was riveted. I couldn't believe what was happening.
Harrison, what do you got?
I mean, it was certainly pretty unbelievable. I mean, like, there's some garbage people on this show. It's, I don't know. I'm not sure that I could watch too much more of it. It's on it's right on the line. I think it's gonna have to go in the bottom third. Yeah, I don't know.
No, what do you got for us?
I have a confession.
You've
I
watched
stopped
all of
watching it with 10 minutes to go. I just couldn't take the show anymore.
Oh! You missed the best 10 minutes.
No. So I did end up finishing it like an hour later, but like it was that much of a struggle bus to get so for me. So I did get to the end, but just for those reasons, this is hot trash. I have a sunburn from watching it of how garbage this is. I apologize, Emmy. I know you like it. It's bottom of the bottom.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't think I've ever heard Noah come out so strongly against something before.
I know how I know you know.
You know, this show I get a lot of Sunset Boulevard vibes though, so I'm kind of surprised.
You're selling Sunset.
Except they're not as hot.
I feel like this show is one where watching it together as a group would have been incredibly fun.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I think like watching it like solo in the quarantine is like maybe a little weird, but like I think we would have had such a blast watching this together. It's so good.
Well, Brian and I and Rob and Emmy watched it
But
together. Yes.
I was listening to you guys. You guys weren't like, oh my god. That Maria was like, hey, you didn't find me impressive. But I thought you were impressive.
We had more burns before you showed up. Like
we definitely talked about it more. I was kind of on Noah's segment about the last 10 minutes. I was pretty checked out. I didn't care. Just anyway.
I think it actually set me up to be like disinterested, and then it really got that nice punch in at the end.
Rob, what do you got?
So I'm gonna just disagree for Max a bit that I actually thought the weirdness at the end was like the least interesting part. Like it was insane, but it's like that's where it went. I was actually enjoying the level of kind of shade and meanness that was going on. Like it was kind of I know that Chris doesn't agree with this stuff. Like there's a fun level where people are kind of mean, but like it's not too bad. And then it just got awkward and annoying. And but I'm gonna put this one in the middle. Like there were parts of it where I was pretty entertained by how dumb all these people were, and I think I could watch some more. But then I really feel like the singing telegram part was really a big downer for me. I was like, oh, I'm like not into this anymore. So, but I'm gonna keep it in the middle. So there was some good stuff there that I was doing. And I gotta say, Noah, I can't believe you like Selling Sunset more than the show. Like that's insane.
Yeah, I think Selling Sunset, for some reason, I just enjoy it a bit. I can't explain it myself. What turned me off a bit with this was just the very templated reality TV show episode. Like, they had, like, the basic music track behind everything. The characters seemed like from, The Real Wives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it was very milquetoast in terms of that stuff.
Yeah, so it just seemed like blah, and then for it to be not interesting, I was just like, I can't do it.
Let's be clear. Noah liked Selling Sunset because he thought the women were hot. That's it.
He doesn't like pregnant women,
especially the Israeli girl.
Let's just put on the table.
I'm not gonna put that on the table. For some reason, I think I liked it because of the real estate, but you know.
Yeah, the real estate, whatever you want to call it.
I watched the articles.
I guess you got to watch Property Brothers.
There's a better In My House on YouTube that no one used to watch, and but I need to watch it like with him so I make sure he's not going to fake that like reaction.
Property Brothers is pretty cool. I've seen that episode too. I like that.
All right, anyway, give us your rating, which I have a feeling I know what it is.
I don't know. I feel like it's definitely in the top somewhere. Like,
You gotta live your truth out.
I do feel like I agree that this episode is a little bit. This is probably the most downer episode out of all of them. The rest of them, I mean, they're definitely throwing shade the rest of the episodes, but like the other episode we talked about, like Courtney and I talked about, was a good one. It's just like Maria walking around talking about designer stuff for like 40 minutes. It's absurd. Why would you ever put a baby in Burberry? But, yeah, no, I mean, like, it's just really, I don't know, like I said, it's entertaining.
That's all you need to say.
I could say a lot more.
You don't have to justify. Yeah, that's Yummy Mummies on Netflix and Australia somewhere. Who knows? Rob, is there an update?
Oh, I got you, Chris. I got that update.
You got the update?
Last week, the kitty was kicked off the Masked Singer, and Emmy and I had a theory that the kitty was Amanda Siegfried from things such as Mamma Mia. Where there's clues of like in a Red Riding Hood. There were some other things. We were really feeling that. Kitty was Jackie Evanko, a second place finisher on America's Got Talent and a professional opera singer. Who? I don't know.
That's like a Z-list. That's not a celebrity. She doesn't qualify to be on the show.
It's really going like the first group of people kicked off were all these well-known famous people, and now other than the random Bret Michaels boot off, it's a bunch of I don't know who any of these people are. So it's not going great. I also feel like he was a victim of something I've been complaining about. She's a better singer than dancer, and they're keeping the dancers around, not the singers. I think it's not the Masked Singer I want to see.
Yeah, it seems like the judging criteria is what the schedule of the celebrity is, not like if they're good singing or dancing or anything to do with it.
That is true. So we got
and not even a winner of America's Got Talent? Like, what is this garbage?
not even a winner. So
I mean, wasn't Kelly Clarkson like a runner-up or something? I know there are some famous runner-ups for America.
I mean, that's American Idol, not America's Got Talent. And Kelly Clarkson.
Same fucking show.
So Kelly Clarkson's definitely.
Adam Levine, maybe?
Chris, we got an episode tonight, and then next week's the finale. So we're gonna wrap.
Whoa!
Hey Max, a famous person who got kicked off Canadian Idol was Carly Rae Jepsen.
What?
Happens.
Came in like fifth or something.
I'm gonna go back.
Noah, you said you had something to say?
I do. That spoiler I found on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
they're still in.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out soon.
Yeah, this would be like an internet, like, mind-blowing thing, where if, like, the internet found out months ago.
You mean the internet knows? People know, so the internet knows.
But I think we were talking about, like, is the show kind of, like, taped more recently or taped in the past? This would give...
Well, it's clearly now that it's taped in the past. Because they're, like, you're not filming now.
Because we're all separate.
But Chris, the Fox fall schedule came out, and Masked Singer's on the fall schedule, and they're figuring out how to film it in a socially distant way. So we'll see what we get.
Dude,
Surprised-
the next
surprised
year
it's
of
not out there
TV,
in the summer.
the next year of TV is gonna be so god awful. Your fucking show is gonna be a Zoom chat. It's gonna be.
But it's not in the summer.
This is gonna be like Hero Season 2 all over again. This is like the writer's strike.
But, like, the writers are on board this time, so it could be good. The people writing it. Like, I have faith. Once shows start coming back, they'll be even better. We'll have the opposite of the writer's strike. It'll be awesome.
You got Quibi to keep you company. Don't worry.
So,
And 2 seasons of Yummy Mummies.
Yeah.
on a...
Somebody watches some more of this.
it seems like they got a lot of people in Australia. But Quibi, building on the real estate thing, there's a new Quibi show. Actually, Quibi's pushing out content like there's no tomorrow. Of course, for them, there might not be. But
Can we guess?
yeah,
Can we guess what this real estate show is?
sure, you can guess.
And it's not
They're
Murder House.
selling haunted houses.
You can guess, but no.
What? Just say it. This is boring.
So it's called Barkitecture, and it's
Tree houses.
dog houses. So
Oh my god.
incredible dog houses. So they go to like a quasi celebrity's house. They kind of like do the tell me about your life. Then they come back with like the most pimped out dog houses.
Max is in. Max is so in.
Yo, I'm so
Aren't you
fucking
glad we did the Quibi shows 2 weeks ago or whenever?
I hate Quibi so much. Has everybody canceled their subscription yet?
No.
I haven't.
Do it.
The trial's not up yet.
I gotta have a
It's
free
not like you
trial.
get locked in.
I know, but I gotta see those chains of gratitude. I told you.
You just cancel the sub though.
I got that free trial in case they drop the Kiefer show before my free trial ends.
Side note, if you're, a plebeian like me and you're on Android, you can cancel your 90-day trial and still keep it for
So I have a couple other updates. I watched Top Chef, but I didn't calculate the fantasy scores, so I don't have them. But Kevin Gillespie or whatever his name is out, so he was pretty good chef. So that hurts me in my other fantasy league, just not this one. So I've been watching the challenge, as some of us have, and they broke the cardinal rule again. I think I got to drop. They didn't do an elimination and a challenge in the same episode, and I'm pissed. Like, it's dumb.
Yeah,
They did it twice in a row now, right?
Chris, I completely understand.
Like, they didn't do the initial, like, they left an elimination cliffhanger, and then the last episode, they didn't even finish the challenge. So, like, in the middle of the challenge.
Now the challenge finished. It was just before the elimination happened.
Before we even know who's going to be in elimination, so it's not like you're not on an elimination challenge schedule.
No, they're definitely all kinds of messed up. Like, I've got to think that there's going to be some kind of purge or something weird coming, like, next episode for them to fix it, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully.
Where's that redemption house?
I don't know. There's probably a secret redemption house that's going to come. Maybe next episode will be a full redemption house, what's been happening, while it's been off camera.
Forget
I hope they burned it.
If there's a redemption house in the challenge, I'm definitely not.
Chris, how's Survivor going?
So Survivor has been going really good. Season finale is tonight, actually. So last week was a 2-hour finale. Tonight is a 2-hour finale. It's kind of, one thing that's kind of interesting is that they didn't kick anyone off Redemption Island. So like all 30 people or whatever are in Redemption Island, and they're all part of the jury. Unclear. So they're all gonna. One of them is getting back into the show, and curious to see how that goes.
So why are you okay with a redemption island but not a redemption house?
I'm not really, to be honest. I'm not a fan of this gimmick at all. I just think Survivor did a really good job this season with it, and the challenge didn't. But in general, I'm not a fan.
I mean, I think that with Survivor in particular this season, like there's so many kind of like it's like a fan favorite. I mean, they're all previous winners. So there's a lot of kind of fan favorites, and I think that at least the Edge of Extinction thing helped to keep some of those people actually in the show, Boston Rob, whatever, can actually be in the show instead of just I guess he's out whatever week.
Yeah, I think for a favorite season, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, in all reality, this show doesn't exist without Redemption Island, so I kind of gave it a pass. But you do see these people starve, essentially. They're not just out partying every night and doing nothing. Like these people are like doing nothing, but they're also just like there's nothing to see with these people, so it's fine.
Yeah, they're definitely not just drinking big glasses of green alcohol or anything like the people in the challenge.
Yeah. So the one season of the Survivor, they did like Redemption Island, where like they had each week you'd compete, and if you lost, you're out of the game, and the top two stay in the game, and like the end they let somebody in. That was cool because each week you get to like see a minimal amount of people, see them do something. If the challenge is something like that, I'd be fine with it too. But like I'm not up to like 40 people in a house not competing.
It's like more of like a last chance kitchen type of situation.
Yeah. But that I think I pimped it last week. Upload, if you haven't seen Upload, it's amazing. I definitely highly recommend watching Upload again.
I started it. It's good. It's not high art. It's good. It's fun. It's creative. It's a good thing to get your mind off of.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for quarantine level. It's not Westworld. It's not trying to be Westworld. Not Lost. It's not Devs. It's just
honestly
fun.
It feels like Westworld if it were run by the guys from Silicon Valley.
Yeah, it definitely has like a Silicon Valley kind of vibe, but just not the others. Like in the terms of writing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Silicon Valley's like a notch higher. I put it more of like.
Oh no, I'm saying within the canon of the show. What if Westworld were run by these dumb idiots from Silicon Valley? Advertise talking about.
Got it. Yeah.
Anyone else got any shows they want to pimp while we're all in quarantine?
Continuing to watch Below Deck Sailing Yacht. It's an incredible program. I would recommend getting on there. I just only have one more episode left this season. I think we're getting towards the end, but it's real good.
It's really good.
I saw a commercial for Below Deck Mediterranean.
Oh,
have like it's mostly female cast or something.
Exciting.
Sure.
It's gonna make it so exciting. All right. Well, I guess you can find us on Twitter at @WhoBitTheSong. You can find us on Facebook.com/WhoBitTheSong. Can you ask questions and suggestions at WhoBitTheSong@gmail.com. I'm gonna add. Please rate us on iTunes. Always could use some iTunes help. 5 stars. The more the merrier. And we'll see you guys next time.
Do you think there's a version of the show about dads where it's like copies?
That would be hilarious. There should be.
Daddy.
Happy Pappies.
Happy Pappies.
I mean, I would also watch that because it would be.
Let's shop this around. Let's pitch it to Netflix. Let's get it going.
It'd probably be exponentially funnier.
Rad dads.
Rad Dad. Rob could start the Instagram. Rad Dad Ballard.
I like
Rad Dad.
I like it. It does seem they'd probably just be doing silly things like putting their kids on the counter when they're 2 months.
What about bad? What about birthday dad?
What?
I think
birthday dad is
it's something from BoJack Horseman.
Oh.
We gotta start our own reality show production.
It seems like a bad time.
Yeah, a little
It's like
bit.
a perfect time.
maybe
No.
being a producer on one of these reality shows and having to wrangle these insane people seems really hard.
No, we're just the executive producers, Harrison.
Okay.
Hire the producers.
Okay. Do you want to executive produce a Quibi show? Because I think
We got to be the actual producers. We got all the good ideas.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the executive producer.
Can't just be. You got to be steering the ship.
Yeah, we'll steer
Harrison,
the
I think
people.
we gotta do it. I think we got to be the ones steering the craziness.
I mean, if we're gonna do it, like, we have to be the producers. But like, holy cow, that's a rough job.
But it's our dream. We've been preparing. We have 100 and how many episodes of podcasts?
Yeah.
I guess up.
Yeah, we've been all these.
Also, I don't think the idea does not have to be super strong. Like that Netflix show about like, what if we just incentivize these people to not have sex? Like, we can come up with that. That's like,
That was a terrible.
I know, but it was like the #1 show on Netflix.
It doesn't take much to be #1 show on Netflix.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying is that we can start with anything.
We need that Netflix. The only thing is, are they Netflix going to give us money as a first-time producing crew?
We gotta have something to show.
Something.
Does anyone have a camera? Anyone good at camera?
I got
Yeah. Get those iPhones going. They advertise on those billboards all the fucking time.
Look how many cameras it has.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Cameras.
I have a DSLR that's from 2008. Like my shitty phone. That's better.
Oh,
Oh no.
we're taking us.
Noah.
Yeah, I was overhearing. I do think we have an ability to get into the game, but we'd have to sell it as like a tech show. Like if we did something with like our tech rack background and turn it into a reality show, I think that gives us credibility. So obviously we never produced anything, and that's the only way we'd have some real opportunity.
So we're like the characters on the show.
We don't have to be the characters, but like if we did like let's say like pitch like Shark Tank for tech or like a hackathon, right? And it's like hackathon competition where you get to the final round, right? Like maybe in there we could build credibility. It's like we actually talking about where it doesn't matter that we haven't produced before. But if we're just like producing a random reality show, they're like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's like that, or you have to have like unique access to a situation that like would make a really good reality show.
What about one called The Dorm, where we follow people that live in the same building as they quarantine?
Or the neighbor buildings. It's a campus, really.
The dorm extended universe.
Yeah, but Brian, season 1 is just in one building, and season 2 it expands to a campus. That's how you do it.
Okay.
I like that.
I've got a coworker who just bought like a fancy RV, and he's about to load his family up in the RV and drive across the country to different campgrounds in the weekend, and then just work from the campgrounds from the RV during the week. You can make a reality show about some dude driving that RV around making an Xbox. You know,
That's pretty fucking cool, honestly.
Seems like a YouTube channel, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yep. It would be really cool.
For those kids.
The guy who's doing it exclusively wears button-down tie-dye shirts to work. So you got a little something to work with.
Button down and tie dye is really good.
He buys the button-downs white, and then he has a person that tie-dyes.
Holy shit.
He doesn't do it himself now.
Yeah.
He has a professional tie-dyeist or whatever.
Got a guy for that.
100%. I'm 100%.
You real. Okay, raise your hand if you have tie-dyed as a child. Yeah, if children can do it, why do you need a guy?
Yeah, that's
Because you didn't do it well as a kid.
I mean, those tie-dyes look really fucking good.
yeah, but like as an adult, I think I could like watch a video now and do a really good tie dye.
Okay, I
Yeah,
want
but
to
you
see the
mix the
professionalism,
shirts.
though.
I guess when you got money and it's the only thing that you wear, your display.
But then I'd want to be like really invested in like learning the craft of it because it's not a hard craft.
Well, he's not. He just wants the shirts.
Like this same person has been making these tie-dyes for the last like 15 or 20 years or something. Like
I wish I was that. Well, I want to be that person. Like,
Yeah.
If I
That's a very fun game.
myself to these like people.
No, yeah, he gave me the business card of the person.
Yeah, you need this, Harrison.
This dude does like business casual tie dye.
He wears a button-down
No,
tie-dye shirt.
the guy who's like with the business card. Like, there's some guy who's selling like fancy tie dye.
This is just tie-dye artist, tie-dyeist, tie-dye
Okay.
artist kind of person. In this particular situation, my coworker buys these plain button-down shirts of a particular type and gives them to this person to tie-dye.
I just need to learn about the tie-dye artist.
This guy sounds amazing.
Is there anything unique about these shirts that'd be like, wow, you actually honed your craft?
I mean, like, the shirts look like they're really cool tie-dye shirts. I mean, like, they're definitely done by someone who knows what they're doing, but I don't know how hard it is to tie-dye. I've only done it, like, a handful of times, like, a few times in my life. They're awesome, though. They're really cool shirts.
We need photos.
That's just such an insane personal thing.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a brand. Like, people know them.
Oh yeah, man, what a cool guy.
Does he have tie-dye pants?
No.
Underwear.
Probably.
I've never seen them.
Confirmed.
If Harrison said yes, it's on his underwear. Where we go from there?
Wait,
I'm trying to find the Discord.
a lot of follow-up questions.
Rob, you got a description for this one?
I don't think
I would actually think shoes would be great to tie dye. Like you get some like white Vans and like pop those in. Like, that'd be amazing.
I'm sure that.
But that thing's
100%.
tie-dye because you can't like twist them.
Yeah.
I think they're usually painted if you see them tied.
Yeah.
But that would look really cool. That'd be a good item to have tie-dye.
That would be very cool.
Why is it
Actually-
called tie dye?
You should
Like,
tie
I
them
get
together.
the dye.
You tie it together to like create the pattern, and you untie it, and then that creates the paint pattern.
Okay.
So like,
I can believe that.
I'm trying to think of Vans that could be twisted in some way. Like those are pretty durable shoes.